Hello and welcome to what is now the finale of TOCA Touring Car Championship, and where I did mention in the last segment that there was one more thing we needed to show off before I can officially close this game off, and ultimately that one thing is the cheat codes. So first of all, let's head over to single race mode, and I'm going to change a couple of these. Yeah, 2 laps, whatever. And I'll put the weather on default. No qualifying, 1 player, 2 laps. Continue. And you can select between 3 difficulties: easy, medium, or hard. Don't really think it makes much of a difference, so yeah, let's go medium. And this is where we insert the cheat codes. So if I just press OK and head over here, you will notice neither of the cars in these slots are available. And the reason for that is because we need to input a cheat code in order for this to be possible. So I head back over here and put in CM, which is short for Codemasters, and the first cheat code I'm going to showcase here will officially be this: CM Garage, and this should unlock the additional vehicles for usage.
Cheat mode enabled.
You do also hear TIFF say cheat mode enabled, meaning of course that the cheat code itself has worked. And as you can see here, we get 2 cars. We get the tank and we also get the Flaxmobile. Unfortunately, in the American version you only get the tank, but in the PAL version you get both the tank and the Flaxmobile. And both of these, I would like to say, are vehicles which I will be showing off. So, another cheat code I'm going to showcase whilst I'm here is this one, meaning of course that it basically locks all the tracks except for Silverstone and Donington.
Cheat mode enabled.
And if I head over here now, you will notice all of the other tracks are locked. However, there is a solution to this. So if I just head back over here and I type in the cheat code JHAMO,
cheat mode enabled.
you will be able to notice the other tracks are now available to us, including the bonus track, which is Lavaland. So I think whilst I'm here, there's one more cheat code I'm going to showcase before heading over to Lavaland, and I have got these written down on a piece of paper, and I think the one other cheat code I'm going to showcase whilst I'm here is this one. Now, I'm not going to show off every single cheat code because this will require me resetting the game a couple of times, and well, because I really want to get this game finished, I'm not really bothered about showing off every single cheat code.
Cheat mode enabled.
And this should give us an additional camera view. So, I think whilst I'm going around... Oh. Hold on. I know what to do. Although it depends on knowing if the track will still be accessible. Oh. Unless the only reason the Oh, okay, never mind. It's okay, doesn't matter. So, I have the vehicle available. I've also put in CM follow because it activates another view cam you can access via the cheat codes, and from the description of CM follow, and yes, I would like to say this track is called Lava Land because, well, the location is called Hades, and when it means Hades, well, yeah, anyways. That's the camera view we get. I'd also like to say the Flexmobile is basically has the same engine as the Ford Mondeo, and unsurprisingly we can drive through the lava, but either way, what I've also learned is that, well, this track is insanely difficult to navigate. It's also impossible to actually get a rhythm going here. But I figured, well, I might as well show off the bonus track first because, well, I figured that might as well be the way for me to go forwards. I've basically got no chance of winning, but either way, I'm just here to showcase the bonus track, and yep, that does not surprise me in any way, shape or form. I think there is a way for me to get back on the track, but I'm not sure what that way is. Well, I guess as long as I'm here I might as well just showcase that you can drive through the lava. Unfortunately, however, the running space you have on the outside is limited. And also that tends to happen a lot. And getting a push there from one of the Hondas. But yeah, I mean, overall, there's a couple of areas on this track you can check out. And I think if I head over here somewhere, there's also an additional area somewhere that will more or less showcase the interiors of what this track has. It's basically a figure of 8 circuit, and I think I'm on the inside now of what the track has, but either way, whilst I'm not really bothering to complete the lap, I can at least say, oh. And apparently I cannot move anywhere from doing that, unfortunately. But anyways, yeah. I would also like to mention the demo camera does not make it very simple to drive, unfortunately. And I was literally pushed between the two Hondas there. But either way, this is basically what we get from CM follow. It basically follows where you are out on track, and it also essentially tells you, I think it also constantly changes view whenever it thinks you're out of line, and it is fair to say I am well and truly out of line with a lot of this. Okay, well, I think that's enough for the showcasing of the follow cam. I'm probably not going to be using that again. I think I probably did get some good shots of this thing, especially since, well, I figured it would be appropriate for me to get one of the 2 bonus cars. 16th in the end, not really too bothered. Oh, what do you know? Plato won the race. But yeah, anyways. So, not really much to say about this course, except for saying, well, it's basically hell. And I can also say it's insanely difficult to navigate. Especially with the amount of times I was literally off the track surface. We also get that. We also get that instead of the Ford logo, because basically this car does replace the Ford Mondeo. How about no? So anyways, so showing off a couple of the cheat codes there, and also showcasing the bonus track, and unfortunately the showdown is now locked once again, but I think if I type in the cheat code... Oh, no. I think if I type in the cheat code pat screen, this should re-unlock the showdown. Oh. Unless it's Pat Scream. Well, you will be informed of knowing if you do these things correctly, because, well, Tiff will always say cheat mode enabled.
Cheat mode enabled.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, yep, it has re-unlocked the TOCA showdown. Just figured I would show that off. So it's Pat Scream, not Pat Screen, to re-unlock the showdown. And go back to the usual settings, and, well, I think the next one I'm going to show off whilst I'm here is this one. CM Handy. Now what this does is it basically makes the hands bigger in the car's interior view, and in terms of it affecting the handling at all, it does not. So I'm going to put this in.
Cheat mode enabled.
And I think the other thing I'm going to show off whilst I'm here is this one as well. CM no hits. In other words, it will disable the collision detection from the AI, and you can basically just run straight through him like a ghost.
Cheat mode enabled.
I should probably also check out some weather conditions whilst I'm here. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Let's do some of our singing in the rain. I've entered the cheat codes, and I will get round to showcasing the tank eventually, but I'm going to use a different car for this. Well, I think the car I'll use for this will be... Yeah, why not? Let's use the Nissan. And the course I will head to check out this cheat code will be... Yeah, why not? Let's go to Donington. Just because I want to check out this cheat code at what is essentially my home course. And the reason I say that, of course, is because, well, Donington is basically the closest racetrack I live to. I think it's located between Nottingham and Leicester, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, so here it is then. So the hands are bigger now from the cockpit view, and ultimately this has no effect whatsoever on the driving physics. I should also mention we still have the follow cam as well. And ultimately, as you can see here, I'm able to pass through the AI because they are not able to hit me. And yes, I figured I would use the Nissan for this because, well, why not? Also, I would like to say this car does have some superb handling. I know this might just be me, but I've noticed this car does have some good handling. I mean, it definitely handles better than the Audi. And, you know, I sometimes wonder if this should have been the car for me to use instead of the Vauxhall. But, well, doesn't matter now. It was just a idea I had of maybe using this thing. But anyways, yeah. This car does have good handling. But yeah, it does have some quite humorous effects when you're driving in the wet and you're driving straight through other cars. I think it is quite funny, knowing that I'm literally just driving through these guys like a ghost. Anyways. I also forgot to mention we will be checking out the other weather conditions also. Anyways, enough of the big hands. Let's now focus on something else. I do have all the cheat codes written down on paper, so it at least makes me look like I know what it is I'm doing. So, checked out the rain, and yeah, you know what? Why don't we check out the snow next? Sure, medium difficulty, and I think the one I'm going to use next will be... if I can just locate it on my piece of paper. Yes. I will use... oh, no. I will use this. CM Copter.
Cheat mode enabled.
And I think one of these cameras also replaces the follow cam as well, if I'm not mistaken. And the other one I'm going to put in is this one. CM Micro.
Cheat mode enabled.
And I think for this, yeah, let's use the tank. Now, as you may notice, some of the tracks we have are now locked, and ultimately a lot of these tracks we cannot use now because, well, we need to reset the game in order for all the tracks to again be usable, as a result of us putting in the helicopter cam cheat. And which one should I head to? Sure, let's head over to Brands Hatch, just because it's the shortest track we can go to. I also figured I might as well do this in the snow, just to try and see if I could maybe, you know, put this into a snowball fight, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyways, so what the tank does, it replaces the Peugeot 406. And I should also mention, if I just press the horn button, you will notice we can basically knock out our opponents. Of course, they will not be able to detect me because obviously collision detection is disabled. Also, the other thing I should mention is we do also get the disabling of the Peugeots. But either way, I should also mention the collision detection was disabled. So in case of the AI do decide to hit me, I'm basically invisible to them. And I'm also going to try and take someone out whilst I'm here. Even though at the moment that does not seem to have the effects. I should also mention this car does have the some quite aggressive ramming effects, and I just wrecked myself. Well, anyways. Not going to be able to drive straight through the cars up ahead of me, but either way. And I think I just took out my teammate. Oh well. Anyways. So this is basically just something I figured I would check out. I should also mention we do get these two cameras as well. So we get the helicopter cam, and we also get the micro cam, which basically just gives us the oh, I forgot that was to change view. I want to try and see if I can maybe get myself in the position of jumping again. Although it doesn't look like that's going to work. But anyway. Oh, what do you know? Oh well. Anyways. That's basically what the tank does. You can basically take out your opponents by launching these things. Even though the race itself by now is pretty much long since finished. And there goes the Ford. Okay, well. I think I'll just do one more hit whilst I'm here, and then that should probably do it for the tank showcase. Okay. Anyways. Enough of the tank. Let's now move on to something else whilst we're here. As I plug my laptop in. Or at least try to. Anyways. So, there was all that, and pretty much showed off all the weather effects by now. Well, except for the fog. And I think I will show that one off now, whilst I'm here. So, medium difficulty, and if I just type in this, basically what this does is we get go-kart mode. In other words, it basically removes the interior view
Cheat mode
from
enabled.
the cockpit, basically. And something else I'm gonna put in whilst I'm here will officially be this CM Mayhem.
Cheat mode enabled.
And I think just because I want to use this cheat code again, just for the purpose of me doing it so I can get the follow cam again, I think the car I'm going to use this time will be... yeah, why not? Let's use the Ford. And I think this time I'm going to head to... sure, let's head to Knock Hill. Just to check out the go-kart mode I now have. And then I think after this there's probably going to be 2 more cheat codes I'll show off. Of course, I did make the AI more aggressive. And unfortunately there's no change to the follow cam. It's still, unfortunately, the helicopter view. I tried to see if I could maybe get this one back again, but sadly not. And I can still drive through the AI, which is interesting. So CM Mayhem, it's basically designed to make the AI more aggressive than they usually are. Although, personally, I don't think it really makes much of a difference because, well, these AI are basically aggressive as hell anyway, so I wouldn't really say there's a lot for me to compute in terms of understanding what the intentions of the AI are, but either way, it just seems to be what they're more or less doing. And unfortunately, I cannot get the follow cam back, which is annoying. But either way, just completing a lap here in the Ford Mondeo, because why not? I'm also going to find somewhere to spin whilst I'm here. Sure, why not? It's not perfect, but it'll do. Anyways, so I think we just have 2 more cheat codes to show off now whilst we're here. So, single race, I'm going to put the weather this time to default. Pretty much driven in all weather conditions, including storm. That's basically just rain, and if I type in
cheat mode enabled.
This one, we should get a cartoon background. And sure, let's drive the Honda. And unfortunately the other tracks are still locked, so I cannot use any of those, but well, let's head to Alton Park just to show off the cartoon style sky that we get. I don't think this really has any damaging effects on the game, but either way, I still say it's worth it for me to check this out because art, it exists for a reason. So yeah, anyways, this is what go-kart mode looks like. And basically you need to reset the game in order to officially... Basically you do need to reset the game in order to get the follow cam back, as I've now learned. But either way, this is basically what the cartoon background looks like. And it is fair to say these AI are definitely more aggressive than they were before. There is no question in my mind about that whatsoever. But anyway. So whilst most of the tracks are locked because of the helicopter cam, either way, I'm almost done with doing this anyway, and I think that was one of the Volvos that just went out there. Yep, Calvin Burt. who basically just rolled over there. Although, I'm not going to finish the race because, well, I've already completed one lap and... oh shit! Reads out. Well, I can definitely say the more aggressive AI has resulted in more attrition. And one of the Audis there is getting loose. But anyways. I am here now behind, I think, Jason Plato in the Renault. I'll be surprised if I do manage to score points here because these AI are clearly harder to beat now than they were before. Although in saying that, of course, I immediately find myself up in 10th position, and yeah, I'll just finish the race. Somehow, in spite of all the chaos, and also with there being some attrition, I finished in 10th. Also, I missed all the chaos. Rydell won the race, ahead of Tarquini, Bintcliffe, Cleland and Warwick in the 2 Vauxhalls. Then it was David Leslie in 6th, followed by Will Hoy. Menu was 8th. Patrick Watts, of all people, finishes 9th. And I finished in 10th, because of all the chaos. And both Kelvin Burt and Anthony Reid dropped out of the race, and that's precisely what got me into the points. Anyways, moving on. Race again? No. So there's a ton of cheat codes you can check out from this game, but for me, I think there's going to be one more cheat code I will check out whilst I'm here, and that cheat code I'm going to use will officially be this. CM stars.
Cheat mode enabled.
So, there's a ton of different cheat codes you can check out. I will leave a link down in the description as to what those cheat codes are, and I think the car I'm going to use to send off the game... well, technically I've already driven the Peugeot because, well, the Peugeot is basically the tank. But I think the car I'm going to use just to send off the game... yeah, why not? Let's drive the Renault. And unfortunately, most tracks are locked because, well, for some reason I cannot deactivate the helicopter cam, and yeah, let's end this game off at Silverstone, just because this seems to be the best option for me. And I'm also going to have to pause the game for a moment so I can get my frames back. Do excuse me, once we've got past the loading screen, I will figure out how to fix this. Okay, anyways. So this is where I will end off the game, and as you can see, we appropriately get a nighttime setting to send off the game. It's basically very similar to the cartoon style background, except for saying it's at night instead of in the day. And overall, there are other cheat codes to check out, but I really don't want to reset the game and just do this whole thing over again. And there goes one of the Audis, as the field now just drives straight through me. Apparently I've also learned the AI can also tend to be like ghosts. And it is also fair to say the only reason I'm actually staying in the top 10 is because the AI keep overdriving the corners. That seems to be the only reason why I'm still here. But anyways. And there goes the Audi, who is now on his side and probably out of the race. I know one of them is. Oh, that was Derek. Oh well, anyways. So, I'm running in 11th. I figured the mayhem was obviously going to cause some, well, mayhem. And well, aside from all those things, that's pretty much going to be it for this game. From me, I've shown off all I think I need to show off. Of course, there are a ton of other cheat codes you can check out at your leisure, but for me at least, that's pretty much going to do it for this game. Now, it is fair to say this would become the start of what, to the eyes of many, would soon become a hugely well-known and or successful franchise, and trying to see if I can pull off a miracle similar to what I pulled off at Alton Park, where I finished in 10th. It'll surprise me if I do manage to finish inside the top 10, because, well, these AI have definitely proven to be harder to beat with the Mayhem cheat. But overall, I'd say this is a good game. It's not one of my personal favourite games, but I still think it's a good game nonetheless. And I can definitely say there would be a lot more recognition for what this game would get. Oh, what do you know? Tarquini won that race in the end, ahead of Rydell and Plato. And Kelvin Burt finished 4th. Interesting. Also, shout out to Will Hoy, because he finished in 6th. That's probably the best result I've seen a Ford Mondeo have in this entire game. Anyways, moving on. Race again? No. But yes. So, it's a good game altogether. Championship mode, through certain stages, it can be quite stressful, and as I said before, it takes plenty of time, effort, and planning in order to get the perfection you want. And I can also say that this game would go through a plethora of different nameplates. First it was known as TOCA, then it became known as TOCA Race Driver, and then it eventually became known as Grid. So, there's plenty of variety in this game, plenty of vehicles for you to use, also plenty of cheat codes, and generally, I'm gonna need a break before getting on with the next game in the series, because let me just say, this game, through certain parts, it can really leave you whiplashed, and in some cases that's what it did. But I am glad to say, when I made the switch over to the Volvo, it certainly made for better results than what I was anticipating. As of which, if I just head back to the Volvo now, this is basically the car I used to win the Showdown Championship, and I am glad to say I did, because I had tons more success with this thing compared to what I had with the Audi. Also, I like how this game also has Tiff giving you a congratulatory message at the end of the game saying, wow, you actually beat the game. There's plenty of cheat codes to check out, also plenty of cars to drive, including the cheat codes where you basically have both the tank and the Flexmobile, even though I didn't really do a very good job of showcasing the tank, but whatever. And there's also plenty of tracks in the UK you can basically head to, and there are no doubt in I also have no doubt in saying there's plenty of subsidiary divisions to the BTCC who will be over at those racetracks on weekends. So you know, there is that. But yeah, so there we go. TOCA is finished, and that is now yet another gaming Let's Play complete. I've now completed 20 games on my channel officially, and as to when the next one will be coming out, well, that's for me to know and for you to find out. But until then, massive thanks to everyone for watching. Deep appreciation as always to those of you who do check out my content. Even then, of course, if a lot of my content is meager compared to the cars content I put out. But either way, I still appreciate the viewership I get, and maybe if it's possible, once I've finished this conclusion, my channel can start to rebound. But until then, all I can really say now is, thanks for watching, and I will see you all guys and gals in the next gaming Let's Play I decide to do. But anyways, until then, I'm Jordan Mustang 87, saying thanks for watching, and until the next gaming LP Magees, bon voyage.